I once dropped 10 boxes of live crickets in the middle of a pet shop, and the moment I realised I probably might lose my job is when I saw a customer run out of the shop just head to toe covered in crickets.
Worst job was my first job, which was a paper round for a local newsagents. I hated it so much, I wanted to quit pretty much straight away, and my mum was so embarrassed that she carried on doing it for months.
I didn't really have much idea of what it was until I actually turned up on the Monday morning and found that this guy used to make concrete paving slabs, and which also sounds really quite good really, but actually it was hell because it was on the vibration plate. Vibration all the time. And it just shook everything from the top of my head down to my toes.
I used to work in an optician's, and once I was teaching someone how to put in and take out contact lenses. And the second that his finger touched his own eye, he just turned to the side and threw up in a bin because he was really squeamish about anything to do with the eyes, which he didn't tell anyone.
Got a job in a rehearsal studio, and I thought it would be basically sound engineering, but essentially what they wanted was a janitor, so I'd have to wait until midnight and then clean up after everybody. The highlight of the job was cleaning up after a Rolling Stone. You'd use the toilet. Welcome to the music industry. Here's a mop and bucket.
There was another job I had at a fast food restaurant. The sauce would come out of like a high pressured dispenser that we used to fire at each other across the kitchen.
I worked at a mushroom farm, and it's as it sounds. You work in the dark, you're surrounded by but the worst thing about it wasn't that, it was that I was pulled to one side and told I wasn't actually good enough at the job.
This was the days before contactless, so all the card payments I was filling in on the wrong form, so the shop lost quite a lot of money, and of course the manager was pretty angry.
I used to volunteer in a charity shop, and people would deliver big bags of clothes and you had to go through them, and you'd be surprised at what people would donate. They would give old pants, used pants. I'm sure we used to have a pair of grabbers.
My first job as a teenager was at an insurance company, and I worked as a clerical assistant. My mum kindly got me the job, and after a year or so I really couldn't hack it anymore, so I went into the back room and gave myself a nosebleed and was sent home, and I didn't last much longer after that.
Were there any more?
Yeah. In the same place, actually, there was a huge fight. Naked pictures taped me to a office chair. I could have been crushed by a bus.